Hey everyone, the reason you clicked on this video is because deep down you thought that this video was going to help you in some way, and that's exactly this video is going to do. This video is going to teach you how to think in this language step by step. This video is going to help you remove the barrier of translation that you are doing every single time you are speaking. This process of translation is very tedious, is very boring. When you translate your mother tongue into English, this slows you down, this makes you underconfident. That is why I am going to give you a step-by-step guide. If you apply that guide to your English speaking a skill, that's going to help you remove the barrier of translation, and that's going to make you fluent in English. Because in my opinion, I think that thinking in English is directly connected to how fluent you speak in this language. And if you just remove this barrier of translation in between, you can become a very fluent speaker and you can express your thoughts very well in this language. That is why I am making this video. If you watch this video till the end, you will have learned all the important rules of thinking in this language and you will start thinking in this language. Okay, let's get started and talk about how to think in English. Basically, I am not going to tell you some generic tips on how to think in this language. I am very sure that before clicking on this video, you must have watched countless of videos on how to think in this language. So I am very sure of that. So I'm not going to tell you some generic tips. I am going to tell you exactly what worked for me, so that if you apply, I can believe that that will work for you too. Actually, I have got cold and mild fever, so I am coughing after every 5 minutes as the weather is kicking in and the weather is changing every single day. Okay, so no worries, I am okay. So let's come to the point. So where was I was talking about how to think in English. Yeah, so I am not going to tell you some generic tips on how to think in this language. I will tell you what worked for me. Okay, so the thing that worked for me was, the more I spoke in this language, the better I got at it. So the more you speak this language, the more you start thinking in this language. It's not that you learn to think in this language. That will never work. That never worked for me actually. That will work for most people, but for me that didn't work. So I will not recommend you to do that. I will say that spend most of your time means 70 to 80% of your time speaking in this language if you want to start thinking in this language. Because the more you speak this language, the more chances that you will start thinking in this language. And the reason I am telling you to speak this language as much as you can is because the generic tips or tricks or techniques that are available on YouTube will start working for you once you start speaking in this language as much as you can. This is what happened with me. I started speaking this language as much as I could, and once I started speaking this language, I realized that I started thinking in this language automatically. I didn't need to apply those tricks to speaking English. I just started thinking in this language. And I think one question that you might ask me that, hey Gulshan, if you live in a small village, how the hell are you practicing English in a small village? Whom are you practicing English with? And I will tell you that actually I didn't have anyone when I started speaking in this language, and I don't have anyone today. But I did not let these situations stop me from learning this language. I became resourceful. I chose to speak this language fluently over making excuses. So what I did, I started speaking to myself in this language. I remember that when I was at a beginner level, I used to talk to me for 2 hours and 3 hours non-stop in in English. Okay, sorry, as I told you that I have got cold. So this is what I used to do when I was a beginner. And if you are someone like a beginner, I must say that if you get in the habit of talking to yourself in English, nothing and nobody can stop you from speaking in this language. Because what you are doing by speaking to yourself is you are creating neural pathways in your brain that will help you speak this language fluently in the future. That's what happened with me. I started speaking this language as much as I could, and today I am speaking English fluently, and as a result I am teaching you how to think in this language. So don't apply all the techniques to your English, but start speaking in this language, and those tricks or techniques will apply automatically to your English speaking skill. And let me also tell you who I used to talk with when I started speaking in this language. When I started speaking in this language, I already told you that I didn't have anyone whom I could practice English with, so I chose me over making excuses. I used to talk to myself in English for hours, even for days sometimes. So this is what I used to do. The second thing that I did was I chose ChatGPT to practice English with. I used to talk to ChatGPT for hours, and even I talk to ChatGPT on different topics today, so that I can polish my communication skills in this language. It's not that I have stopped and I am not practicing English. No, I believe that communication skill is a never ending process. Like, you can't be perfect at communicating. The more you practice, the better you get. So it goes on. It's not that you stopped and now you have arrived, now you don't need to practice. No, I don't believe that. I believe that the more I practice, the better I get at speaking in this language, and the more clearly I will be able to convey my thoughts in this language. That's what I will suggest you to do. Never stop practicing in this language, because the more you practice, the better you get. So this was the secret to thinking in this language. Never use the techniques in the first place. Start speaking this language, because when you start spending time, like 70 to 80% of your time in a day on speaking English, the better the chances that you will start thinking in this language automatically. Honestly, to be honest, I am being very honest here, I have never applied all the techniques that are available on YouTube that most people tell you to use. I have never applied all those lessons, or whatever you call it, lessons or techniques or tricks. I have never applied those techniques to my speaking skill. I have just implemented one thing, and that is to speak this language. Because what is your goal after learning this language? To convey your thoughts well in this language, to express your thoughts well in this language. This is the goal of yours, I am very sure. So why not start speaking this language? And you knew that the secret to speaking this language is to start speaking this language from today. So yeah, these were the lessons that you can take from this video, because these were the things that I did while learning this language, and this worked for me. And you just take the lessons and not waste the time on random tips or techniques, because this is what worked for me. So yeah, in the end, I just want to request you, if you found this video to be helpful in any way, and if you learned even a word from this video, hit the like button and also subscribe to this channel, because this motivates me to make more videos.